everybody, this is Amanda from Story and Stone. How are you today? We are here in this video to talk about the month of December, the last month for 2025, before we go into 2026, which is all about new beginnings. A fairly good, typical December, I think, looking at the cards that I've already drawn. But first, I will just want to do the housekeeping. This is a reading for the collective. So if you don't resonate with something, that's fine. Just take what does and leave the rest. I offer personal readings, but I will never, ever, ever approach you for and ask you if you want a reading. So if you get someone who approaches you and asks you for money, please report and block, because it is a scam. The cards I'm using today are, of course, the Gold Foil Tarot. And I'm then going to do another reading from the Enchanted map by Baron-Reid. I thought it might be interesting just to see where we are at the moment. I'm just going to adjust my camera. As you can see today, I am filming again in my office. Don't ask. It's too complicated to say why I'm doing this, but in this particular spot, because sometimes my Mac doesn't always do what I want it to do. But saying that, we are here doing it, so let's get to it. Okay. So for the overview, we have the Seven of Pentacles and we have a Major Arcana card, Justice. So the Seven of Pentacles is about being patient. As one of the biggest things that it tells us, just be patient. You've sown the seeds of things that you want to bring into your life, and now you just have to wait for the universe to do its work in the background and catch up to you or set opportunities up for you. So this is about being patient, waiting for things to form so that you can take the next steps forward. And December, I feel like, is going to be very much like that, looking at the cards that are in the other positions in this spread. We have the Justice card as well, which often means that if you're signing contracts, or you're got a legal battle, or you're in some legal situation at the moment, that it's highly likely to resolve at this time, and highly likely that it will resolve in your favor. Not guaranteed though, because other things around it would be also sorry, I'm having trouble with my words today, would also affect the outcome. But as a whole, the Justice card is saying, yeah, things are looking like they're going to be resolved in your favor. Okay, as long as you don't do something stupid, which, being humans, we're highly likely to do that, aren't we? Because we are pretty much stupid. Anyway, the Justice card also speaks about balance. Everything has a balance, okay? So we've got day and night, we've got yin and yang, we have rest and action. There's always this balance, and I feel like this month really is about getting some balance back into your life. And for those of us who celebrate Christmas, or have companies that we work for or run that close over these Christmas period, often this time of year at the beginning of December is very, very chaotic. There's lots of energy running around as we try and organize businesses for closure and family celebrations, etc. And it can just be really chaotic. But I feel like for some of this December, that we're also going to take the time out to do what we need to do to bring some balance back into our lives. So that's the overview. When I look drill down into the details of this thing, of this month, sorry, we have the Four of Swords and we have another major arcana card, the Empress. Now, the Empress is about fecundity. She's about lushness and rebirth and new projects and even possibly birth. Often on the cards, the Empress is shown as being pregnant. It's about abundance. It's about home comforts. It's about treating yourself the way you want to be treated, basically. She's a very lush and vibrant energy that comes in. And the Four of Swords, funnily enough, is about rest and recovery. It's about stopping what you're doing. It's about laying things down and just breathing. It's also about reflection, thinking about what has gone on. And for this, they're telling me this is for the year. Look back at your year and see what turned out for you and what didn't. And do you want to take that thing forward into 2026, or are you going to lay it to rest here? So there's that real energy of let's wait and see. Let's see how things develop. Let's rest and recover and bring some balance back into our lives. So, I could really do with a rest. I'm exhausted after this year. It's been absolute chaos. And I think this is really great for everybody to take some time out in December and to really pull back and see where you want to go for 2026. So now we come to the challenges. And we have the Eight of Swords and we have the King of Swords. So our challenges this month will be more to do with the way we think than actually what is physically happening in the month. So the Eight of Swords, we all know her. She's a well-known card. Look at her. She feels like she's trapped, but it's just an illusion. And lots of us at this time of the year might feel that we're trapped in the tradition of things or in the way things have always been done or what is expected of you. And this card is here to tell you that you're not trapped. You can make new traditions if you want. There is nothing wrong with traditions. I love traditions personally, but you also have to remember that sometimes it's okay to change a tradition so that it's up to date. If you've done something that your family has always done and it doesn't really work for you anymore, it's okay to, step it up and do it a little bit differently so that it fits more in with how you do your Christmases now or how you do whatever it is that you celebrate. Then we have the King of Swords. Now, straight away, they're telling me the challenge will be to remain organized. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the reading, a lot of us are going to be running on empty because we're going to be trying to just get to that finish line when everything stops for a bit and we all take some time out. And the King of Swords, he is about being a logical thinker, practical, organized. He's very strategic. He thinks more with his head than his heart. And this is going to be a challenge for you, I think, is trying to keep on top of things. So plan ahead, make to-do lists, even if you have to have 5 to-do lists for separate things, work, Christmas, family outing, family holiday, whatever it is. Make to-do lists and then schedule time into your planner. Okay, for the next hour, I'm going to work on this to-do list. Then in the next hour, I'm going to get some exercise and food that nourishes me. And then after that, I'm going to work on this to-do list. It doesn't take much. And I know a lot of people go, I'm just so busy, I don't have time to organize myself. By taking that 10 or 15 minutes out to organize yourself, you're going to save yourself a whole lot of heartache in the long run. So really take the time to be organized. Take the time to think logically and think strategically, and don't be afraid to enlist help. So they're going to be your challenges. The opportunities for December are the Six of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. Now, this is really weird that, or not weird, but opportune that these cards have come in, because the Six of Wands is about success. It's about celebrating your successes and how far you've come. And then the Five of Pentacles is about hardship. It really is about real hardship, you know, financial hardship, you know, possibly less pay because you're on holidays, or a loss of a job because you were only casual, or things like that. But if you look at this card and you look at the church window behind the two people, you can see that the stars are shining. There is light inside that church. And if those people just knocked on that church door, they might receive help. So there is light at the end of the tunnel, but don't be afraid to ask for help. So saying that, sorry, I'm being asked to get to the point. The opportunity for you this month might be to help others where you can, whether that is financial help, or providing food, or a place to stay, or, you know, maybe buying a present to put under the Kmart wishing tree, or, you know, things like that. It is time to give back because of the successes that you've had in your year. And if you are someone who is struggling, this card is telling you this is your opportunity to reach out and make sure that you ask someone for help. There is no shame in that at all, you know. And maybe if we reached out a bit more to each other, we wouldn't be such bastards to each other, you know. Sorry, I've been doom scrolling on Facebook today, and I'm fucking sick of humanity. Hey, we are horrible. Anyway, yeah, so there's a real opportunity there for you to reach out and help someone in need, whether that's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual help. What do you have that you can pass forward, that you can give to someone else to make their life just a little bit easier or a little bit brighter? And don't forget that this is also an opportunity to celebrate your successes. Think about all the things that you've done this year, you know, and be joyful about those. So often we get to the end of something and we succeed, but we don't stop and celebrate. We just move on to the next thing because that's what society has trained us to do. So you need to stop and celebrate your successes, and then pass that energy forward to someone who is not as well off as you are. So that's the reading for December. So I'm now going to pull a card from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. I'm just really interested in seeing as a collective where we are on the map. If you've read any of Colette Baron-Reid's stuff, she has a book called The Enchanted Map, and these oracle cards go with it, and it's about going into the map and dealing with where you are at the moment, whether that's in the Shadowlands or in the Well or in a prosperous part of the map. It shows you where you are on your journey, on your spiritual journey. And I thought at this time of the year it would be really nice to see where we are as a collective on this map. So where is the collective on the Enchanted Map? Okay, so the card we've actually got is Compass, but it's in protection or reversed, as Colette Baron-Reid would say. So it's funny, I've had lots to do with compasses in the last few days because I've had my niece here and I bought her a little toolkit from Paw Patrol, and in it was a compass. Not that it worked, but we had quite a few conversations about how she uses a compass to find her direction. So I feel like this is maybe talking about our direction in life. And I'm going to read the book for you. Okay. So the first thing it says is, as long as you orient your compass to true north, the direction of your higher power, you will never be lost. So what is your higher power right now? Whatever you constantly focus on long enough becomes your higher power. If you worry about financial insecurity, materialism is your idol. If you obsess over a relationship, that is your God. If you're concerned about your weight or your looks or your status, you've lost your personal power. Nothing but spirit will be your guiding force. You'll never truly find what you seek if these worries and distractions are your constant focus. Surrender and shift your compass. Be still and watch as the needle points to true north. Align yourself and you'll easily find your way back to where you're meant to be. So I think that's pretty true for a lot of us, that we're all feeling a little bit lost at the moment. You know, we have governments that want to control our every move and know where we are every single day and what we're spending. We have wars that I can't believe we are having in this day and age. You think we would have grown up by now and learned of better ways to deal with these things, but we haven't. We have people displaced. We have people hating other people because they're so scared of everything, and they just want to hoard everything and not share or love one another. And it's a scary place, you know. I sometimes feel very glad that I haven't brought a child into this world, because I really, really sometimes feel fearful for what the next generation is going to come across in the world that we've created. So this card is saying, let go of your false gods. Let go of the things that distract you from your path. We can only truly find spiritual peace and physical peace if we follow our path. And we can't do that if we are constantly doom scrolling or buying shit on the internet, expending more money than what we actually have. You know, it's just hard sometimes to see the light at the end of the tunnel when you have to deal with the greedy MFs and people who only look out for themselves. It's very hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it is there. So that is your message for December. Find your true north. Step back from the mayhem of everyday life and find your true north. Align yourself with your true north again, with your spiritual space. And then you will find peace. Then you will find direction about where you need to go to find true happiness. Because there is no happiness in buying things, you know. What I'm saying is, pull your fucking heads out of your butts and think about what is truly, truly important in life. It's not fucking shiny things. I can tell you that right now. So, on that cheery note, that is the end of this reading. I want to thank you all for being here this year and watching the readings, the monthly readings, and then also the weekly readings. I am in a bit of a quandary at the moment. I don't know if I'm going to continue with these next year because it is a lot of work. and I'm most probably going to have to find a part-time job to supplement my business, so I won't have the time basically to do this sort of stuff. But we'll see. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still waiting for guidance from the universe, from my spirit team, to see which way I need to go. Next year is a year of a 1 year, which is about new beginnings. So I think for a lot of us, we've gotten to the end of this year and gone, enough. I need something new now. And I'm not talking about new as in give me, give me, give me. I'm talking about us finally realizing that we need to do something different. Otherwise, we're going to kill ourselves off, basically. So have a great Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, all the other celebrations that happen at this time of year. Remember to take that downtime. Remember to sit back and just relax and be grateful for all that you have in your life. And if you can afford to give to someone else, give it. You know, it doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Just some food or a present under the tree for someone who's not as fortunate as you. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Merry Christmas. Have a safe and happy New Year. I most probably will be taking some time off. I'm going to have a family Christmas this year because last year I actually spent Christmas by myself. And whilst it was okay, I want to be with my family this year. So I'm going to take some much needed time out to think about where my life is going and where I want to go in 2026. And I hope that you do the same. Okay, so I will see you in the next video.